And once again, Lijiang Tower is the map of choice. Team Dignitas over on the blue hand side versus Gale Force Esports on red. And so far, we might see Dignitas go for that aggressive dive composition. That triple threat with Veinless on Zenyatta. Zenyatta, not only really strong because of those Discord orbs, which will deal really nicely versus any of the opposing flankers, but having a Harmony Orb on someone like a Genji can definitely be absolutely huge. And boink! Will we see a Sombra here? Fortunately for us, we won't see any Sombras, even though some teams like Gamers Origin have played Sombra on Lijiang. We will not see any Sombra for now today, as the round will start. Linkser, first one to come up towards the point. Does not go for the deflect onto the fire strike. Opts not to go for it. For now, as Bromas going in from the side, being an absolute pest, and with that Discord Orb actually going to get that hog low. Somehow survives with 1 HP. Thought he was dead to rights, but no, somehow still survives. And with the good rotation, Dignitas is close to capping the point, but Boink answers with the first blood. Gets the kill onto Evoki, sets his sights onto Bromas. Muma, the kill onto Toxicant. Good hook will secure the second kill. Takes a deep breath and manages to stay alive, and Gale Force secures the point.
My ultimate is charging.
Boink now, pushing in towards the entry with the rest of his team. Calvin on that Zarya now. Ultima Web still sticking to the Genji. No changes over on the side of Dignitas. Linkser, however, will go for Diana. Almost good to go with the Dragon Blade. However, Calvin was the one to get the nano boost, and with the ultimate available, can Linkser turn things around? So far, 2 for 2. Doesn't opt for it just yet. Nice deflect on the fire strike. Will keep them low, and finally opts for it, but he's really, really low. Can he do it? Brahmas and Toxicant picking up the slack. Gets them more kills, and Ultima Web, only one left on the point. Calvin trying to shield him. Gets it in time, and this could be it. They can turn things around. Ultima Web gets the ultimate. Sets his sights onto the Lucio, gets Evoki in the end. And now, onto Bromas. Does not manage to kill him, however, but Dignitas will be pushed back. And Gale Force Esports will continue to hold. A lot of ultimates available for them. 61% already for the cap. This is not looking good for Dignitas right now, as Ultima Web going a bit too crazy, but the sights is the answer from Toxicant. Can he do it? Gets the kill onto Ultima Web. Sets the sights on for more, but Boink getting the return kill onto the Lucio. It's gonna be good. Transcendence is the answer out of Veinless, trying to force the advantage for his team. Mumadel, Earth Shatter onto Linkser. Good charge follow-up. And also getting Watt 7 with that Earth Shatter, killing him. And Team Dignitas falling short here on this first round of Lijiang. Gale Force Esports oh so close to take it. 95% left. That almost over to overtime, as Data Boost goes over to Muma. And can Linkser and Co do it? 80% on this charge. If he can somehow get it, might turn things around. But so far, 2 for 0 in favor of Gale Force Esports. But Linkser goes in with the ultimate, but doesn't get anything. Ultima Web answers with 2. Sound barrier comes in, but unfortunately for Dignitas, a bit too late, as Ultima Web will be data boosted, has the Dragon Blade. First round goes to Gale Force Esports. And a pretty surprising dominating performance out of Gale Force Esports. Yes, they have looked really strong when we saw them up against Vivi's Adventure, but to have such a good showing versus the likes of Dignitas on top of that, which is definitely an experienced team, an experienced lineup with very good players on the roster, is definitely a good sign for Gale Force Esports. But with a few changes coming in, we will see Boink on that Pharah. No Pharah on the side of Dignitas, so concussion grenade will go in. Can he get anything out of it? No, doesn't get anything out of it, unfortunately for him. But Muma is gonna go down. Bromas getting that first blood so far, has to recall, but Lot 7 cleaning up house, gets a double. Nice bounty to stop the Tracer from going in, but the rest of the team picks up the slack, and Dignitas gets a team kill. First point going over to him as well as a result, and Vaneless still on the Zenyatta. Definitely going to be more annoying for Boink at times with that Discord Orb on top. Will not persuade him from swapping over just yet, however. Gale Force trying to go in, but so far 3 for 1 for Dignitas. Bromas and crew cleaning up the rest of the Gale Force Esports lineup. Banny taking down Linkser, but that's the only thing they get.
My ultimate is charging.
As Gale Force continues on holding. Dignitas, or rather Dignitas continues on holding. Gale Force Esports not finding any way of creating enough room to get the cap over onto their end. But with the swap over onto Zarya, and Calvin onto the McCree, gets the kill onto Bromas. Calvin already doing a lot of work on this McCree, but with the blade coming out of Linkser and the tack visor, it will be enough. Toxicant getting those kills will force Banny to reset as well as Muma. Dignitas continue to hold.
My sound barrier is almost ready.
It does look better, however, for Gale Force Esports, but still, Dignitas holding strong. Will have 3 ultimates available. Sound Bear is gonna be big. Will negate that Nano Blade potentially, or just the Dragon Blade. But Linkser going really low. Calvin just setting his sights, and Ultimate Whip with the Dragon Blade will force that Sound Barrier as said, but still staying alive. And Bromas in the meantime doing so much work with the rest of his team. We'll get into overtime, but Dignitas answer with an even more dominant showing on the second round of Lijiang.
Score 1-1.
And now we're going to be moving on to Night Market. And I will mention it again, since it is a best of 3 for this for the control maps as well. The next one to take the win gets the first one on the board in terms of the overall series. So both teams here hungry for that win. We'll be looking to take Night Market as well, and no real swaps coming out of Dignitas. Boykin Calvin going for that triple tank, rounding up that triple tank composition for Gale Force as... Oh, Banny! No Reinhardt shield will be able to save him, and Muma will be following suit, going down, forcing Gale Force to reset already, and a strong first point cap for Dignitas.
I am taking the objective. Join me.
Intoxicant already even pushing in towards their spawn, trying to build that ultimate up as much as possible. Things are already starting to look a bit dire for this Gale Force Esports lineup, as a lot of ultimates are being charged. They're trying to force their way out onto the point, but the rest of Gale Force will be sectioned off. They will at least get the recap, however, no one from Dignitas there. But Bromas will take a victim, gets Ultima with the stick, he pulls bomb. It's so many low targets. Bromas out for blood, but Nice Bionade will save them for now. And Toxicant will pop that Tech Visor. Should be enough to get the point. Recap.
Missions in the morning.
But still, unfortunately, did not get to show you guys that sticky from Bromas. Somehow getting it onto Ultima Web.
My ultimate is charging.
And now, coming in from the side, sneaky Tracer. This is definitely one of the
My
spots
ultimate is
that
almost
Tracer's
ready.
have favored on Lijiang Night Market for those flanks. And now, again, Banny almost caught up. Finally gets killed. And once again, not quite there with the shield, but Boink answers. Now with the sound barrier, Gale Force are looking to turn things around, but double support ultimate used for Dignitas. Boink going in with the whole hog. Can he push them back? Primal Rage will kill Calvin. And now Dignitas still holding strong. Toxicant and crew will be able to finish up the rest of Gale Force. Trying to stagger Banny. Finally gets him. And Dignitas looking strong. Looking poised to get their first map win.
My tactical visor is charging.
Linkster will have that Dragon Blade, but it's gonna be up to Calvin. He has the Graviton available, 88% on that cap. He needs to have a huge Graviton, but Toxicant gets the pick onto Boink. That is not what you're looking for. And with all of them grouped up, now they're going to be using the Graviton. Would be enough now as Calvin and Moma gets 2 kills. Linkster answers with a double though. Bromas and Toxicant getting more, and this will be it. Dignitas gets the first map win. GG.
Play of the match.
I've got you in my sights.
Triple
Gale Force Esports were looking pretty strong on that first round of Lijiang, but Dignitas coming back into it after that first round and having a pretty dominating performance overall. And just Toxicant doing a lot of work on that Soldier, and Linkster plus Bromas just being such a huge threat for that Gale Force Esports lineup means that they will be taken down, and Dignitas will be taking that 1-0 lead. So we'll be up 1-0. Waiting on the next map. It seems like it will be Oasis. As said, these teams have went through the map draft, and we will have free control maps, all out action overall. And we'll just notify them that I'm ready, so we can go ahead into the round as soon as possible.
Welcome to Oasis.
Oasis, definitely one of the fancier looking maps. Always quite the sight to behold, but now with so many, with these, the fact that both teams have been choosing control maps, we're ought to see a lot of DPS heroes, a lot of the triple threat, be it with Genji, Tracer, Soldier, or potentially Genji, Tracer, Pharah, with that Winston on top for the dive. And it seems like Veinless this time around. We'll prefer that Ana instead. Not gonna go for the Zenyatta anymore. And curious if Boink will go for Mei. Mei, of course, being able to create different sections off of the map exclusively for their team, but as I say that, doesn't matter. Swaps over to the Zarya. And Ultimate Whip now on that Pharah. We'll be looking to control the skies, but not before. It will be contested by that Winston. Linkster going a bit too aggressive. Boink getting that double kill already. Gets left by Veinless, but doesn't even matter, as Dignitas will fall short. And first point cap going over to Gale Force Esports. Calvin teaching some solo queue soldier positioning tricks as he catches Linkster off guard. Great positioning out of him. Manages to get some good Helix usage. Make the most out of it. But his position should be known at this point. Only problem for Dignitas is that they will be forced to play defensively, wait for Linkster to come back online. The good thing for them, though, is the fact that in terms of the ultimates, it's pretty equal. Watt 7 getting the first blood this time around. And Ultima Web really, really low. Moma trying to go for the charge. It doesn't get anything just yet. Watt 7 still follows up with another kill so far. 2 for 0. Veinless with another one. And Bromas and crew looking to take capture of the point on Oasis. We'll have the Pulse Bomb ready, Dragon Blade, Tac Visor, Nano Boost. Should be ready to go for the next team fight. Things are looking great for Dignitas, but we're on the side of Gale Force. Ultima Web. If you can get a good concussion grenade, he could potentially force Dignitas into a rough spot. He was not spotted, still goes for it, but Tac Visor was popped. Ultima Web not able to go in just yet. Intoxicant so far 3 for 3, and the Tac Visor from both ends are good. Calvin, can you do it? Boink almost at that Graviton too. Bromas left on the point, will recall. It's gonna be a duel. Helix is not gonna connect, and that could mean that Calvin will be pushed back and Gale Force will not get the cap. Bromas coming out on top with that one. Woo, but gets taken out by Calvin. Calvin, nice Helix into the kill onto the soldier. Follow-up will be huge. Good headshots onto Linkster on top of it. And this will be great for Gale Force as Dignitas tries to push the objective to as high percentage as possible, but good turnaround in the end. Calvin not really overcommitting, staying alive and turning things around eventually for Gale Force. Ultima Web now, they want to be super sneaky. Don't think he was spotted, and with the Rocket Barrage available, this could be huge. Gets the 2 off of it and gets the triple, but 3 for 2 so far. Calvin does have that Tac Visor, no ultimates available for Dignitas, and with Tracer being the only threat available for them, they will be pushed back once again. 90% left for Gale Force. And with Tac Visor available, Nano Boost coming up soon. Earth Shatter. Linkster though has a good read. Tries to go for the contest, but was forced back with the Nano Visor. Calvin looked to secure this team fight. Gets 2, gets 3. Now with the quad Tac Visor kills. Gale Force Esports takes another 1-0 map lead. Round lead in the map, rather.
Score 0-1.
And things are looking up for Gale Force.
Try not to get yourselves killed.
Hopefully for them, it won't be just deja vu of that previous matchup where Dignitas just comes back in and gets 2 wins in a row, but we'll see the different adaptations. Linkster now on that McCree. We'll be looking to deal with any potential Tracer and Pharah from the lineup of Gale Force. Toxicant swapping over to Pharah. We'll try and contest the skies. Gets a nice direct hit onto Ultima, but as he will be pocketed by that Mercy, it will be rough, but good hook coming in from Boink. We'll secure the first kill. Moma to follow suit, and with Ultima Web now still with that Mercy on top of him, we'll be able to control the skies and kill off Bromas in the end. First cap once again to Gale Force Esports. in this lineup of Dignitas. Still, real tricky to deal with that Fair and Mercy as they're playing around the middle point. Doesn't want to get into sights, but Wat7 getting a pick is good. Calvin, though, again in that high ground, getting good positioning. Dodges desperately. The dashes, or rather the dodges, with the sprint being really good for Soldier. And so far, Gale Force Esports once again continue to hold. Wat7 still getting a kill onto Muma, but how much can he stay alive? We'll have that Primal Rage. We'll use it. We're 42% built up. Dignitas is trying to get the recap, but gets spotted by Calvin. Taken down. Bromus in the meantime gets the pulse bomb onto Boink. But with the tag visor available, Calvin is up for the hunt. Gets two. Looking for that fairy. Gets Bromus as well. And even Mitcher getting Linkster with the environmental kill. And such a strong showing coming out of Gale Force Esports on Oasis. Again, since it's best of 3, if they get to win this round, they get to win the map. So it will force Dignitas into a tie. And Toxican now back onto the Soldier. Wat7 trying to contest him, but Linkster with the Deadeye looking for a pick, gets it from the platform rather. Gets the follow-up onto Boink, and Linkster coming up huge. Muma finally takes him down, but
I'm claiming this objective.
with that, Dignitas should be able to get the point. Finally in their favor, but not before overtime kicks in, and as long as Gale Force Esports wins another team fight, they are set to go. 2 ultimates available for them. Bromus and Veinless, the ones you have there is available, and ultimate whip! Ooh, 1 for 1 so far, so not too bad on both ends, but now that he's contested, Bromus will finally go down. Sound barrier coming out, good hook, follow up, and can they keep it up? So far, Calvin might go down to the Winston. Primal Rage was popped, and Linkster once again popping heads on that McCree. Will have Deadeye available once more. And Dignitas looking to turn things around. Bromus didn't get to use the pulse bomb in the last engage. We'll still have it up this time around, but the res is good, as well as the tech visor. Calvin is gonna straight up pop it off of the platform and gets a kill. Res is also good, but Linkster now with the Deadeye doesn't get any. Sets the sights onto the Tracer, doesn't get her, unfortunately for him, but will be really low. Doesn't get killed just yet, and this is starting to look dire for Dignitas. Calvin getting that double, gets the Winston before the bubble, and now with Bromus remaining, finally going down, Calvin once again being that X factor in the lineup, in the matchup. Boink doing a lot of work with those hooks as well. Gale Force Esports will be able to take Oasis. GG.
Play of the match.
Always fancy to see those Lucio play at the games, but they do happen on controlled maps. So well done by Gale Force Esports, and honestly just performing exceptionally tonight. I must say I'm really impressed with them. Having a really good showing versus Vivi was already great, and now giving Dignitas a really tough time makes it really interesting for sure. And you got to keep in mind that Dignitas is playing with with higher ping, as they are an EU team and the tournament is having place on the North American server. But still, as said, really good showing by Gale Force Esports. And our final map in the series will be Ilios. Again, once more, another control map, and we might see that Widow from Linkster finally on Ilios will be something to keep your eyes out for sure. And I do feel like the swap over onto McCree was better, but still not enough, unfortunately, for them, as, once again, Calvin being that X factor, getting those great positionings and making the most out of Rocket Helix, and just going up in places where even Team Dignitas didn't really expect them, as seen. Linkster got taken down at least in one team fight just because he didn't think Calvin could have been there, so he was caught off guard. But we will be going on to our final map between these two teams. Over on the blue hand side, once again, it will be Team Dignitas. And over on the red hand side, it will be Gale Force Esports. And indeed, we will be having a treat on our hands, as mentioned, it will be Ruins. So Linkster potentially showing off that Widowmaker. And for now, Bonnie will be swapping over to Zenyatta. Veinless back onto it as well. We'll be curious to see if they stick with it. Once again, dive composition coming out of the lineup of Gale Force. Whereas Dignitas going for those triple DPS. Fred with Toxic and on Soldier, Linkster on that Widow. Linkster though, not able to get any picks just yet. Gale Force making sure that they're out of sight of this Widowmaker, as Ultima getting the first blood onto Evoki. Will be looking great for Gale Force. Ooh, but gets taken down by Veinless. Equalizing it, making it a 5v5, and Linkster will be taken down now. So it will be a 4v5, my bad. Still, Calvin looking for that Winston with Harmony Orb will keep him alive, however, for now. Getting close to that pulse bomb. Bonnie taking down Bromas. The Zenyatta's being bloodthirsty. And now that he's having the pulse bomb, I think he got spotted by Linkster, but still looking for opportunity. But huge kills coming over from the rest of Gale Force Esports, as Ultima and crew cleaning up this lineup of Dignitas. And now Linkster could potentially be forced to swap out of Widowmaker at this point, as we do see him switch over to the Genji. Toxicin will have the attack visor, but Calvin looking for his target. Doesn't find anything. Will be forced to recall. Does still have that pulse bomb available. Looking for Veinless. Doesn't get any kill, however. Forces the Transcendence at the very least. This could still be enough with Bromas answering with a few kills of his own. Does have that pulse bomb already. Gets the double kill. And Dignitas looking good here. Will be taking that team fight win. And once they finish up Muma, they should be able to get the point cap. But Muma still holding strong. Calvin going down as well. 64% built up on
My tactical visor is charging.
the point, however, for Gale Force.
My ultimate is charging.
And a lot of ultimates coming up for Gale Force on top of it as well. Ultima has that Dragon Blade. No Nano Boost is available, but Transcendence might be enough. Pulse Bomb from Bromas does not connect with anything. And Ultima Whip looking for a good position. Speed Boost is in. Doesn't get a good dash there. But with Sound Barrier being used by both teams, we're going to have an all brawl. Watt 7 though gets the first kill. Ultimate Weapon answers with one onto Veinless. Dragon Blade will secure the second one. Boink gets another with his Tech Visor. And Gale Force Esports swapping the points back to him.
My ultimate is charging.
And Calvin, again, trying to be sneaky, does have that pulse bomb available. Looking to get a pick once again, especially on these Zenyatta. Can he get it? Sets his sights onto him. Doesn't go for the pulse bomb, however. Waits it out. Does have the recall. Doesn't recall on top. And now Linkster gets the first kill onto Ultima. They can get a 6v5, but Calvin answers with a pulse bomb onto Watt 7. Big, juicy target. But is this going to be enough? So far, with Toxican having that tech visor, Dignitas should be able to finally swap back to their end, but Muma running back to the point. Ultimate weapon. Ooh, with Calvin takes him down, and can they do it? Elixir does not get to use his ultimate. Goes down before that, and now Calvin and Co might be able to still finalize it. Pulse bomb almost ready to go. Takes down Watt 7. Tries to one clip the opposing Zenyatta. Gets him down, and Dignitas might fall here. Evoki dancing onto the point, but Bromas will go down as well. And Gale Force Esports take a 1-0 lead on Ilios. GG. Great round.
Score 0-1.
And again, even with the caveat in mind that this is played on the North American servers, and it is definitely more difficult for Dignitas to do well here, it's still extremely impressive what Gale Force Esports has been able to do so far tonight. And again, since it will be a best of 3 for control maps as well, as long as they take this next one, they got the series win over Dignitas with the upset. So not something most people were expecting, but so far they're looking great. And even if they lose the well section of Ilios, they still have a lot of room to work with for one more round. And now Calvin getting the double kill on Tracer. Bromas, however, answers with a few kills of his own. And Dignitas looking to turn things around, but Fair Mercy still alive. Ultimate Whip should finally go down. Tries to be super evasive in the well, and so far stays alive enough until Muma goes back onto the point, but would be enough. Rest of the team reinforcing on it. And even though Ultimate Whip went down, Toxican trying desperately to run away will go down, but Bromas having the pulse bomb, looking for that kill on Mercy. Gets one, but Calvin answers too. And still, things are looking good for Dignitas. Bromas being an absolute beast on this Tracer. Gets both kills. Forces Calvin to recall as well. And first point cap finally going the way of Dignitas. And Bromas now already at 60% for his ultimate. Calvin will have his up and ready to go. Muma, Primal Rage good as well. Linkser, Dragon Blade coming up soon. We'll see how both teams opt in for their ultimates. Mitch is being hunted down. Calvin getting the first kill though. Now it's going to be a 2-for-1. Calvin getting the kill with the pulse bomb as well. And the team of Dignitas will be forced to regroup as Calvin getting that great first kill. Second kill onto the supports and forcing Dignitas back. Watt 7 will have the Primal Rage. Bromas will be ready with the Pulse Bomb, but nothing else ready to go just yet. Boink with the Tech Visor might potentially be enough to push them back on top of the barrage. Calvin getting another kill onto Veinless. Ultima Web coming up huge, getting both of the DPS. Trying to stay alive, hunting down Evoki. Doesn't get him just yet, but still great team fight for this lineup of Gale Esports and Gale Force Esports. And the big thing for Dignitas is at least they will have both support ultimates ready to go, but it's still pretty rough as Bromas swapping over to McCree will try to deal with Calvin finally, and Farah gets the kill onto Ultima. Sound Barrier being used as well as the Transcendence. Linkster gets a kill, but Gale Force Esports will be looking to just reset. Two big ultimates used on this lineup of Dignitas, and they will still have Tech Visor and Primal Rage, but on the other hand, Gale Force almost having 5 ultimates ready to go. So good adaptation by Gale Force to just reset, regroup, force as much out of him, and Calvin takes down Linkster. Discord being the MVP there, but Toxican Tries to answer with the attack visor. Doesn't get anything. Finally gets Mama. But still, Gale Force Esports fighting. Calvin gets the sticky and still somehow survives. Now decides on Toxicant and Ultima Weapon. Gets the double kill. And once again, Gale Force Esports takes the point back. 74% to 70. And with Transcendence ready, Barrage ready, one more team fight could be the end of this series. Dignitas could actually be out of the tournament already. Gale Force Esports with a potential huge upset here.
Defend the point.
We'll look
Strike has won.
for the win.
Clearing the area.
Ultima does not get spotted, but so far, 1-for-1 trades on both supports. Bromas entering big there, gets the kill. But so far, big brawl, 3-for-3, still up on both teams. And finally, Dignitas get the point swap into their favor, but Body with the Zenyatta will get the kill. Point back on to Gale Force. Primal Rage being used. Mama will try to keep it at bay. Linkster pops the ultimate out of desperation, but this could be it. Dignitas might be out of the tournament. Gale Force Esports will be looking for those final kills and that win. GG. What a series.
Play of the match. Gotcha something. Triple kill.
And we did see even there, Bromas was forced to swap over to the McCree just to try and deal with Calvin, because he has been a huge nuisance in Dignitas's sights, and still pulling through. And not only Calvin, the rest of the team with the appropriate support and with just overall really good play. Ultima Web, also good fair play coming out of him. Muma on that Winston on top. Even the Bloodthirsty supports pulling through, and with a surprising upset, Gale Force Esports will win over Dignitas. And what an exciting tournament. NA will come out on top over EU this time around in this matchup. But again, the games were played on the North American server, so you should keep that in mind. Still, I cannot stress how impressive this Gale Force Esports lineup has been tonight. So it's been a treat to watch, and it's been an absolute pleasure to cast for sure. But once again, huge shout outs to eFrag, Razer Arena, Blizzard Entertainment for sponsoring the tournament, powering it up. And once again, definitely make sure to follow the eFrag's Twitch channel over on twitch.tv/eFragTV, where you will be able to watch the semifinals and grand finals tomorrow. You definitely don't want to miss out on them, because so far this tournament has been insane. And the only problem that I have is the fact that we didn't get to stream all of the matches, because there's so many good ones out there so far. So it's been awesome to see, and we will be moving on to a short break. Not sure yet which match will come up next. We'll wait on notification from the admins, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back as soon as possible.